There are countless YouTube guitar lesson videos telling you which beginner chords to learn first on the guitar. And this lesson is going to be one of them, but there's going to be a slight difference because when I teach students my knowledge of the guitar, I want them to take this knowledge and not just appreciate it and learn it in a silo. I want them to take this knowledge and evolve and grow with it such that they can carry on this knowledge and develop it even as they become an advanced guitar player. And that's what I want for you. Alright, so I'm going to teach you the 5 open chords to learn first as a beginner, and then I'm going to show you how you can take these chords and develop them as you grow as a guitarist. Alright, but first things first, these are the chords. We've got just C major, and then we've got A major, we've got G major, we've got E major, and we've got D major. Alright, so this is simple enough. Now, if you are a complete beginner and you want to learn how to play these chords, please go and download my chord harmony guide. Link is in the description below. It's all completely free and it's got all the chord diagrams for you there. Okay, so now we've got these 5 chords and it spells out the acronym CAGED, C-A-G-E-D. Okay, now we've got them in major, C-A-G-E-D. Right? On its own, they're not very musical because they're not even in the same key, right? Now, we're going to learn the minor variations of them as well. But we're not going to learn all 5. We're just going to take 3 of them, and it's going to be A minor, and then we've got E minor, and then we've got D minor. Alright, so in total, it's, it's 8 chords, 5 are major and 3 are minor. Now that you've got these chords, these are pretty easy to play. And if you want to play a simple song, say in the key of G major, you could just play a G chord first, and go to a D chord, E minor, right, this is the 1-5-6-4, probably the most common chord progression in popular music today, alright? Now, you could even add in some other chords, like an A minor chord, for example, G, E, and then let's say you want to go to an A minor, and then to a C. And you could create a whole slew of songs with just these chords. Alright, now, go and learn these chords as a beginner, but now I want to show you the trick, which is that you can take these chords and you can start to play advanced chords by using these chord shapes. Now, let's take E major for example. Now, if you're a guitarist, you would have heard that the F major chord is extremely difficult to play. And that is true because this is how you play the F major chord. Right, if you notice, my index finger is playing a whole bunch of strings here. Right, this is what is called a barre chord. Right, now if you look at my finger over here, you can see that it's got a lot of grooves here. That's because I'm pressing 6 strings with my index finger. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is a difficult chord to play, but I don't want you to learn how to play the F chord as the F chord. I want you to learn it as, first, the E major chord here, right? And what's actually happening is that we're actually just moving it up by 1 fret, right? So from E, we go to F by moving it up by 1 fret. And if you notice here, the only difference is that this entire first fret, it used to be the nut of the guitar. Now, instead of, pushing the nut up with the capo, which you technically can do, right? If I just get my capo here, if I take an E major chord, I move it up 1 fret, and then I put the capo on here, like this. This is going to be an F major chord, like that. This is an F major chord, although I'm actually playing an E major, but because I've got a capo on the first fret, it's an F major chord. Now, obviously, we don't want to have to put capos on all the time, and especially when we're changing chords very fast. So instead of putting the capo, you're just going to put your index finger and bar it like that. Now, this is your F major chord, right? The F major chord is not just conceptualized as an F major chord in itself. It's actually an E major chord moved up 1 fret, and that gives us an F. Now you can continue moving up and down as you like. So if I move up 1 more fret, this is an F sharp major chord. If I move up another fret, this is actually a G major chord. Now, why is this really, really exciting? Because the open chords that I told you, C, A, G, E, D, you can move them up and down the neck as well, and then you can play chords throughout the entire neck, and you can play every single chord both in major and minor. So let's take the A major chord for example, like this. Now if I just want to move it up 1 fret like this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my fingering so that my index finger is free. I'm just going to bar the 1st fret, and now this becomes an A sharp major chord. I can continue moving it up, but if you notice, it's actually just the A major chord moved up and down the neck. Now, this is the hack of movable chord shapes, alright? And I explained all of this in that free chord harmony guide that I have described earlier. So now, this simple song that we were playing just now, it's not really a song, it's more like just a chord progression. It's just a G, and then we've got a G, E minor, and then to a C. Now using the bar chords, I'm just going to play the same chord progression, but I'm going to be playing it up here in what is called closed position, which is basically higher up the neck. So if you've got G here, remember what we talked about? The E major moved up 3 frets from E to F, F sharp to G. Now we've got G, and I'm going to play D here. Now if you notice, this D is basically just the A major chord. I moved it up 5 frets because from A, we've got A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. Alright, it's the same chord, right? Just in a different position. And then same, after D, I'm going to E minor, which is basically just the A minor shape moved up 7 frets. And then I've got C major, which is basically just the A chord moved up 3 frets, right? A, A sharp, B, C. And then I'm playing this same chord progression, but now it's in a different position. It sounds very similar, but a little bit different. Let's hear it. Alright, now what's the magic of this? As you get more advanced, you can even use these chords to transpose your song halfway through. So for example, after playing that chord progression, I'm just gonna sing some random melody. La 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 la. And now we're reaching the climax. We're gonna go up. La 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 la. Now you notice I'm actually playing it exactly the same way, just that I moved up 2 frets. La 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 hey, hey. And then I can even go higher again if the song is going to be really, really cheesy, like this. So you get the idea. Alright, so basically in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is that learn the 5 open chord shapes, C, A, G, E, D, and in both major and minor, omitting the C minor and the G minor because those are a little bit difficult to play, right? And then as you advance, you can transform them into movable chord shapes and you will be able to unlock the entire guitar neck. Now this is a concept that I explore really in depth in my Fingerstyle for the World online course, which will train you from beginner to advanced how to arrange your favorite songs on fingerstyle guitar, how to play your favorite songs in a unique way, a way that is uniquely your voice as an artist. Alright, so if you're interested, just go check out Fingerstyle for the World. Now for all of you who are on YouTube and watching this video, I want to reward you because you've put in so much work and I want to help you in your journey to become a better musician and a better guitarist. So I'm giving you 20% off. Just use the code BEGIN20 and then you can start and begin your journey alongside with me as your teacher to level up your skills as a musician. Alright, so I hope that this lesson has been useful to you. Now, if you want me to answer any of your questions, just leave it in the comments below, or you can go to my Patreon page because I do prioritize answering questions from my Patreons. Alright, thank you so much. Have a great day and take care.